Hey everybody, it's Paul with Friends for Life. I'm here to tell you to listen to music and subscribe and stuff. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, this man's job is harder than I've ever thought. So, welcome to this Halloween edition. As you can tell, I am not Paul. If you couldn't tell that.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Friends for Life's spooky Halloween special, where the only thing hotter than the questions we are asking is the fire licking our tongues. Join us as we share our scariest stories, darkest secrets, and scorching tales on this frightening episode.
All right, everybody, welcome back to part 2 of the Friends for Life hot wing thing. I don't know what we're calling it, but that's what we're doing today. And our first sauce up on the deck is the Tattoo Hot Sauce Polynesian Sweet and Spicy. And we are going to dump it on a wing, pass it around, and we are then going to talk with our guest, Sarah Millimen, about how hot of food she can handle. And we hope you guys are ready because Tony and I are still recovering from the last session. So I'm going to go
Bubble guts.
round 1. I'm doing a full coat. Oh, God, that is gross.
Oh, do it in slow motion. It's like, yeah.
That's the.
I am 100% regretting this
You are
right
gonna
now.
regret this all day.
Literally, just that part, I have regrets.
Right.
Welcome to our
There you go.
lives.
Yeah, I want it thick too.
Oh my gosh. See, I had to run my mouth and be like, I can do whatever you guys can do.
You can do anything we can do.
Well, this is sweet and spicy,
All
so
right.
it shouldn't be like deathly hot.
Okay.
It's the first wing.
All right.
So.
Am I?
Yeah, you're good.
I can't. I'm not coordinated
you can't
enough for this.
you can't multitask that?
Not this.
There you go.
All right. Is that good enough?
Gooey, yeah, that looks good.
Slow
Okay.
motion.
Yeah.
All right, Sarah, why don't you give us the countdown, and then we will take a delicious bite of this gooey
Wow.
nonsense.
3,
smells-
2, 1. No, that's really yummy.
I
That's
feel,
good.
I feel a little tang, but I don't like it.
What?
I don't like the sweet. I'm a savory person.
It's actually kind of hot.
It's starting to build up. I can feel it coming.
I think we messed up.
We didn't do the order.
Well, they don't say how hot they are on the bottle. They all just say hot
Yeah.
sauce.
We don't have any Scoville readings.
It's a little spicy for our first one.
That is true. This is not like a Frank's Red Hot thing.
It's almost like you should have listened to me when I said we should start with just like the Tabasco sauce.
Story of my life.
And Sarah, you're a lot like me. I love to tell people I told you so. That is kind of like my thing.
I think that's why you guys are CEOs. And I'm
Yeah, that's what happens.
That's why we're friends. We just go, told you so.
Yeah.
It's our whole conversation all the time.
All right, so we're gonna go 1 to 10 scale. Flavor 1 to 10. Sarah.
I think that's like it's a 5 or 6. I had good flavor. I like the sweet and spicy and yeah, I like that.
Tony.
Flavor of 3 for me. Like I could finish off one if I'm hungry, but yeah, that's not my cup of tea.
I'm gonna say 7. I
Right?
thought it tasted good, and it had a nice heat. It was good. It was overall balanced. Well, I like the sweet stuff. I could eat 10 of those easy. No problem.
Really?
Coat
Yeah.
it. Bring it out to me like that. Plate of French fries. It's good. But topic at hand: Halloween time. Scary. So we were made aware of this movie from the 30s called Freaks, and it featured people with disabilities, and it is, now we are in 2021, and something like this wouldn't go over very well, I don't think, nowadays.
Cancel
But-
culture is extremely aggressive.
Yeah. So let's take a quick little peek at this. I'm not sure if we can show it on YouTube, but
So there are little people, a person with
Oh.
a stutter, then
Okay.
someone with what is that disease? The aging? disease.
I call it Benjamin
Disorder?
Button, but is it different?
Yeah, but there's an actual
The actual is a terminology.
disorder. So what's really interesting, so you guys had Kim Nielsen, Dr. Nielsen on here, and she is just an amazing historian. But freak shows, they were this form of entertainment, but they encouraged women, or specifically pregnant women, not to go because they thought if you looked at people with disabilities, your fetus would catch a disability. So it's really interesting. Like, they would really discourage, like, don't come in here if you're pregnant, because there is this, like, really ridiculous belief that, you know, if you viewed someone with a disability, then your child could end up with a disability. And so freak shows are always very interesting to me. There's also a fascinating author called Rachel McAdams, and she's done tons of research on them and stuff like that too. But I think it really speaks to the trope and the myth of people with disability is scary, and like having a disability is something to be feared or freaky or something like that. And you see a lot of that in this, late 18, early 1900s. So.
And with what I'm seeing here, I mean, 1932, these aren't camera tricks.
Right,
these are actual people.
As our friend Dan mentioned when he brought in the sauces, that was also an income for people. Yeah, but a lot of people were also very exploited by this. So it's a
give and take.
Yeah.
I guess.
It's like the chicken and the egg. I mean, which part comes first, the rights or the money? And most of the time, you need the money to pay for the rights.
Move on to wing number 2.
Número dos.
And Sarah and I earlier agreed that this is one of the best hot sauces.
Yes.
The green pepper Tabasco.
Yes.
Have you had this, Tony?
I have. Not a huge fan. Again, like you guys.
Why do you hate everything?
I don't know. It's green, and it's my favorite color. But it's just something about. I like the chipotle.
Okay. Okay. So here's my concern: is I am building up. I have to be careful because I can't mix the sauces, and I'm worried about that. So if I don't lift my plate, it's because I don't want to get. I'm gonna
mix the sauces.
From now on, this Halloween plate is simply a sauce catcher.
Great advertisement.
Yeah.
So the green Tabasco sauce, one of my favorites. I've had this one a ton of times. I'm going to pull my beard hair first off the chicken wing, and then I'm going to coat it with. I'm going to go full on.
Oh my god!
It looks kind of like snot.
It looks exactly like snot.
I feel like this is.
That is so gross.
That is so okay.
Aren't you supposed to like shake it or something first?
It's a thinner.
Is it supposed to look like that?
Sauce.
It's. Apparently, that's what it is. Tony, you have to accept the sauce for how it is.
I don't accept anything that I cannot change. That's why I'm successful.
Vinegar blast.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna try not to make sure that it touches like Sarah said.
I'm taking back my not matching the sauce. I mean, I feel like I need a little bit of self-preservation
I can smell
here.
it though.
Oh, it's good. It's so good.
Yeah, the only time that I can remember having it was at Chipotle or something.
Yeah, it's really great on rice, omelets, whatever. Am I doing this correctly?
Oh yeah, that is.
You're
Okay,
getting
can you
it.
see? Oh
You
my
got
god.
that is- Wow.
I think I just got some of my peanuts.
That's how you know you're having a good time. What's a Halloween party without getting chicken wing sauce all over yourself, right?
Chicken wings.
Am I right, people? All right, so you good? Let's do the 3, 2, 1, cheers.
Really messy.
Okay, I've only had this on Chipotle, so it's way hotter just as is in.
I'm gonna say it's I can feel the spice. I think the other one was hotter though. The first one we did.
Oh yeah, it's just hot.
Actually, I don't know if the wings are just that good, but I can handle this.
I love
It
it.
doesn't taste as bad as it did on my Chipotle.
I'm doing good.
I love it.
Oh.
So Sarah, are you a clean wing, or are you kind of just a leave a little on the bone person? 'Cause there's definitely factions involved.
I try to get it as clean as possible. But if it just comes to gnawing on the bone for a significant amount of time, I try not to. But
When I was a kid, we used to give babies.
Chicken bones?
Yeah. The babies would get the chicken bones and just be sucking on them.
That's just rude.
That baby doesn't want your chewed up bone.
Yes. But, all right. So everybody appears to be done. Rating, 1 out of 10.
I mean, I love this. I love this. I think it's super tasty. I'll give it an 8. I mean, there's not a lot. It's not complex. There's not a complex flavor to it. And I think the spice was lower. I think the spice was lower than the first one.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'll give it a 6 for flavor. It actually shocked me. But like you said, it's not a huge flavor profile, so there's not much to really go on. And as for spice, like a 2. Like I could drink that out of the bottle and have no problems.
I'm going to go flavor, 8. I'm going to go spice, yeah, probably like 3. I mean, it's not that hot. But that brings us to the iconic Goonies.
Yes.
Hey,
man, I haven't seen that in years.
What a classic film. I haven't seen it in a long time, too. But, you know, since this is focused around the D&D field, obviously the iconic character, they have Sloth, who obviously some form of disability. Do you think they portrayed him well in the movie and not like a I don't know what I'm searching for here, like a bad guy? He ends up kind of being the good guy.
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts on Sloth's character in the terms of like the D&D field?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think again, we're making light. He's used as an entertainment factor, right? There is, you know, you could probably pull some deeper meaning out, like, you know, sometimes good things come out of the unexpected people, or, you know, like people are scared and initially you find there's something deeper. But I mean, in anything like this, I feel like it's not the best representation of people with disabilities. Like when you have people with disabilities who are so much more than this, I think.
Well, one of the things that I used to think about was that he had to go into hiding. And he lived his life basically through television and hopes and prayers.
Right.
Like, yeah, now I sound philosophical, but as a kid, I was just, you know, saying
right,
like,
no,
whoa. Like, but yeah, it's kind of sad. The depiction of how someone had to be in a damn cave to live. Like, that's horrible.
I would be curious to see if that's where, like, when someone mocks somebody with a disability, they end up sounding like Sloth from the movie. They do that real, like, slow talk. It's, like, real nasally, like, kind of thing. So I always wondered if that was where that came from, because, I mean, he's, like, everybody has seen the Goonies. Even probably both of your kids have seen the Goonies at some point. It's just such a popular movie. And it's awesome. But, yeah, I was curious about that. But, you know, it was, what year would this come out?
85.
80s?
Yeah.
That's when
we've come a long way since then.
Well, and I think it is really important to realize, like, when you're looking at films that are older, and even like there's some things that don't age well. Like, I love The Office. And you watch some episodes of The Office and you're like, ooh,
yeah.
Ooh, that wouldn't go so well today. You know, like, you know, we do evolve as a society and as a culture, so that's a good thing. But yeah, like, I'm not saying never watch the Goonies, but I always look at it and, you know, how are people with disabilities being represented? Are they the butt of the jokes? Are they the, you know? And so you want accurate images. And
all right, so up next we have the classic B-dubs broing it up with the hot buffalo sauce. It says comfortable heat. Who doesn't like a buffalo wing? Am I right?
I mean, yeah, it's traditional. I think everybody can make it if you have some hot sauce of some sort and butter.
Bonus points on the flip top.
Okay.
B-dubs knows what's up.
Okay, yes. B-dubs.
Easy breezy.
But you gotta, oh, geez.
You gotta safety first.
Oh, my gosh.
I always get
Cramping
scared
my
to use.
wing.
I always get scared to use tops like that. Like, thinking like it's gonna pop and get in my eye or something.
All right, we're gonna go
do it like that.
Fluidity test. Oh, booger snot again. We're on 3 for 3 on the booger snot consistency.
Everything has to come out.
That is
like
not coating
free-flowing.
well at all. I think it's because it's not warm. It just looks like boogers.
Ugga booger.
Hey.
Do.
Woo!
I gotta decide.
Does it smell strong?
It's got some funk to it.
Yeah, this should have some.
Funk. Well, I don't know why. I do know why I'm singing everything, because that's who I am as a person.
Well, I do the same thing. I like to sing and eat. It's just like,
Let's sing. Let's eat. Is it?
Favorite pastime?
We don't have celery. I am mad at myself.
We don't have what?
Celery. Like, I love I love having
so-
some celery and ranch.
All right,
All right.
guys. Cheers.
1, 2, 3, 2, 1. I like the flavor. That's classic B-dub. Beautiful.
You know what's really unnerving with these mics and the headphones is all the mouth noises I'm
I
hearing
know.
from you guys.
It's really disgusting.
And myself.
And it's like amplified in your face.
Well, I mean, maybe we're hitting on something new that I've always wanted to do. I wanted to be one of those people who just eat on YouTube and just crack open stuff and just...
Oh.
ASMR.
No, have you seen the woman? She got like these amazing nails and she does seafood.
Yes! That's the one I was thinking of when I said it, because she did the crab.
Oh, she sits there and she'll be like, oh yes, and she'll break it open and she'll slather it and she'll be like,
On the butt. Yeah.
Whoa.
no, it is.
Whoa.
Oh my God, it is gnarly, but I can't stop watching. And I'm just like really jealous because I want all that seafood in my belly.
And I love seafood.
Oh, it's so good.
It's the best thing ever. I have a friend, Nikki, I love you. She has a shellfish allergy. But she's such a trooper because we'll go out to eat and she'll say, it's okay, Tony.
I already hate this.
Look at that big old crab.
That is a huge, that's gotta be a king crab.
But anyway,
Oh, wow.
we're on a movie kick today, but we didn't rate the wing yet. We got a little sidetracked.
Oh, yes.
Flavor, 1 through 10. What do you
Flavor was good. It's your nice traditional buffalo sauce. I mean, I'm not going to say it's like 10, knock my socks off. I still like that first flavor profile a little bit better, but this is like classical buffalo sauce. Good, not too hot. I hate assigning numbers.
Yeah.
That's my review. I can't rate, guys.
Fair
I'm
enough.
sorry.
Fair enough.
But heat-wise, nothing.
No,
I
it was
mean,
nothing.
0 on
Yeah.
the heat.
Yeah. For me, 0 as well. For
Okay,
the
so
heat.
we're gonna set these up for you for next time. That's
So-
1, 2, 3. I got this. I'm on this over here.
I'm gonna-
Taste-wise, though, I definitely got to give it like a 7 or 8. Just like, again, the classic buffalo wing.
It's just what you want when you eat a buffalo. Like if you want a buffalo wing, that's what you want.
The only thing I'm gonna say is it was very salty. It's like very salty flavored, which is weird. I wasn't expecting that. It was fine. It tastes like buffalo sauce. I'll go like 5. It's not the best buffalo sauce I've ever had. I love buffalo sauce, so it was like.
It never beat a homemade one, I think, but
I've also
me,
had
that's-
a couple bad experiences with Buffalo Wild Wings, so I think subliminally. It's
yeah,
just-
subliminally.
Subliminally. See, that's my Tony impression.
There it is.
Mine.
I was gonna say your tan seemed to have lightened up since the beginning of the show.
But yeah, I don't know, 5. I'll go 5. Solid 5.
Cool
But that
beans.
brings us to the topic at hand. We got another movie here. This one, The Ringer. Johnny Knoxville impersonating a person with disabilities to win the Special Olympics.
Yes.
I haven't seen this, but that sounds exactly like a movie Johnny Knoxville would
Yeah.
make.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna go for it. Sarah, you've seen this though, so
I
you're
have.
our head commentator.
Okay.
So this is just like slapstick comedy of Johnny Knoxville getting beat up, basically.
That's what I'm getting.
Right.
But that's some of the best comedy.
So, I mean, so some positives about this movie is that they did employ a lot of actors and Special Olympians in this. So it was really well done in that regard. Obviously, trying to play a person with disabilities or mocking them is not ideal, but the whole message of it is how really awful that was. And in the end, he like kind of comes around and he's like volunteering and interacting with people.
Yeah.
They really, I mean, and it really like plays up the trope of the eternal child, right? Because he's acting like a child, and even like the other Special Olympians are like, what's up with this guy? You know, like we're not kids, we're adults.
I could be totally wrong, but I think I remember around the time this came out seeing an interview with him and like one of the main other actor in the movie ended up becoming like real friends.
Yeah.
Like, in the end of the movie, like Johnny Knoxville in person.
Wow,
So I mean
cool.
that's a cool thing.
Well, and this always goes back to the point, like, are we sometime being too sensitive? You know, yeah, we heard the R word, you know, that was a bomb, but, you know, it's also sometimes reality. These are the way things are. And if we're making movies, we got to sometimes portray reality the best way as possible.
Right.
And if I could have did that, I probably would. I think that would have been cool. You know, I've done so many events of, co-ed events and stuff. And I think it looks like something I definitely want to go watch.
I think overall, there's obviously anything's going to be a little problematic, but overall, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, we're not here to cancel every movie that's ever been made on
we
this village.
can't do that. We just need to find the realization.
We have here the most bargain hot sauce I could find, besides the reigning king of my favorite hot sauce to date.
Oh yeah,
Valentina.
You gotta just try that one.
We're going there. But this hot sauce, 99 cents at Kroger. Never had this. I'm assuming by looking at it, it's gonna be more of like a Frank's Red Hot or a Tabasco. We're all in the news. So we got the top EMS hot sauce. Don't know what EMS stands for. It just says hot sauce.
Emergency Medical Services.
Oh, thank you, Sarah.
We're gonna need to call 911.
And I got this weird chicken.
I think I have one of those too. They're kind of funky looking. Yeah.
All right, consistency.
I'll get mine. I'll do mine on that too.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We're getting to the watery sauces. I think that's an indicator of heat. No more booger. We're out of the booger water. Ooh, I got it on my.
I don't want no more booger bird. Booger bird.
I think
booger butter.
What is even?
I couldn't get it out.
What is?
I was trying to say booger butter, but that is, dude.
My face was bad that I was making his. Okay.
We haven't even drank, people. This is just how we is.
Can we please get the beer out? If I'm eating wings, I feel like I need a little beer.
We got some somewhere.
Part 3, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah, see that is.
I think we determined that the hotter the hot sauce gets, the smaller the hole in the tip for dripping it out gets. As well.
Yes, that is something else that we've noticed.
We're professionals. We've done this at least once.
Yes, too many.
I know. I'm sorry. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Why you gotta do that to me?
Get your mind out of the gutter.
Never.
So you said you got this from the 99-cent store in the discount.
Wait, okay.
No, this is just the cheapest hot sauce I could find at Kroger.
Okay, but it's the top EMS.
All right. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Cheers.
Cheers.
It doesn't taste like anything.
Yeah, I'm about to say I'm not grabbing liquor flavor.
There's no flavor to this at all. It tastes like I poured water on my wing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I see why it was so cheap.
I'm gonna dip it in some ranch just to get the flavor in it.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna waste this wing with no flavor on it.
So, I'll start this one. 0 heat. 0 flavor. So it's gonna get an all-around score of 0 from me. That is the worst hot sauce I've ever had in my life.
I mean, it's definitely not even worth the 99 cents.
I wouldn't even call that a sauce.
I'm coming back for some of this hot sauce on my plate just to give it some.
It's like red water.
That's a good way to put it. So,
so that is X'd out right there.
Yeah, don't use that one again.
But on the flip side, as I'm chewing and talking, this is the only acceptable time to talk and eat. So,
Dude, I'm just thinking about that.
one of my, not even because it's a disability movie based on disabilities. I don't want to say disability movie. That's not the right thing to say. It's one of my favorite movies overall, related to disability or not. Peanut Butter Falcon. It's just a good movie, and love him or hate him, Shia LaBeouf's a good actor. The dude just gets it. So, one of my favorite parts about this movie is Shia LaBeouf portrays this kind of grungy outlaw kind of guy, but then he meets the guy he obviously has Down syndrome, and they're both kind of like runaways. And the way he treats this guy is so awesome. They like become best friends. And it's funny. It's kind of like, I feel this is kind of like reality. Like you have these people, this lady who's coming with him, advocating for him, all this. And then Shia LaBeouf is the guy who's like, you're not listening. You're just kind of repeating what is said that you have to do for your job. He's like, this is a dude, he just does what he wants. And we're not going to listen to you, and he's my buddy. I think that's such a cool message. I think that's awesome. Like, You don't have to, hi, buddy. He just treats him treats him like a person.
Yeah.
Like a human?
Yeah, and
Who would have thought that
So
was
great.
like the way the
Wow.
he gets mad at him, he cusses at him.
Yeah.
It's just like, I just think it's a good movie.
And to your point, like, you know, like, and I think we in this field all the time, or social workers or case managers, or, you know, we come in all the time with these really great intentions, right? And then we end up overdoing it.
Yeah.
And just like, yeah, you could, you know, like, it just missing the humanity in people.
Yeah.
And so I think that this is a really,
I think it's it's one of those things that people do, and they eventually become maternal or paternal to somebody that they're serving, and it's unfortunate. Again, it's not like she, even in the portrayal of the movie, but it's not like most people do it intentionally.
Oh,
we
right,
are
yeah.
really there to try to help, but then you're coddling, and it's not assisting in those skills for self-sufficiency.
Yeah.
Yeah, and look, he's got a gun.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite scenes is when he runs into the blind guy. He shoots at him, and he goes, "How did you know it?" Or he says something like, "How did you know you weren't gonna hit us?" He's like, "I didn't." But yeah, that's a great movie.
it is a good movie.
We have a hot truffle sauce here. Have you guys had anything with truffles? You know, they're very expensive.
I had like truffle fries, but
Yeah, like truffle oil, maybe just a little bit on something. Nothing major.
Well, this stuff, actually, I don't see any skulls or anything on here. I'm not looking, but
well, that might help.
yeah. Oh, now if this goes to what Paul and I have said before, this is wide open.
Okay.
Like,
So it
there's,
might not be that hot.
whoa.
It's just a completely made up hypothesis that has no thing based on reality.
Yeah, I think what you're saying has no basis in reality.
No, most things I say don't.
I mean,
That's just how I operate.
sorry,
We'll
sorry,
let you
gents.
start so we can hand it over appropriately. But yeah, that stuff
kind of-
stinks.
It kind of smells like a fart.
Oh God.
But truffles have a weird kind of.
Yeah, it's a truffly.
Oh, it's like this stuff is. I think this was like the most expensive hot sauce. So I'm just gonna
the
go.
truffles. Yeah.
I'm gonna try not to waste it. Oh, you got the roll. Pass her around. I like the color though. It's got a really appealing. Like,
It
if you
looks
think
cool.
hot.
It looks. Yeah. It looks.
It's also the texture
Oh,
of
wow.
between boogery and liquid.
Yeah.
I think it's the only way to describe it.
out.
Oh, that is a pour.
Yeah.
That is
An interesting smell.
that is a pour. I don't know. I don't know if I'm feeling.
Kind of smells like
yeah,
heat.
doesn't that smell like super?
It's like a foot.
Okay.
I don't smell heat though.
I
Yeah,
smell
it's
heat.
not making.
I
It's not making me feel like
Okay.
it's going to be hot. I guess
I'm a little nervous here.
okay. You doing it?
3, 2, 1.
Is there any? Oh yeah, there it is.
Interesting.
I got
It's
it.
got a little heat, but the flavor is good. Like, well, it's different.
That's hot. All right, that heat got me. I think that's the hottest one for sure so far. But it's like not pleasant. I can't say I've ever had any truffle like direct flavor, so I don't know what to compare it to. My brain is like, what is this? It almost tastes like SpaghettiO sauce. Like spicy SpaghettiO sauce.
It does have a spaghetti kind of taste.
I mean, since you mentioned it, yes.
I don't
I think I have some SpaghettiOs back here too.
That's awesome.
I don't think I would buy that again.
Yeah, I can't really see myself.
Do you guys ever get like a super foreign flavor like that? Do either of you ever get to the point where you're like, I have to try this a few times to determine if I like it or not? Because it's so weird to my brain's like trying
So
to figure out
different.
what that is.
Right.
I don't know if I like it or not. It's not like off-putting, but it's not like something I would like. I think I'm gonna go get some truffle sauce today. But Sarah, you go first. Rating scale on your non-number scale.
Well, I mean, it's definitely. I don't believe in the number system.
I rate that from D to X.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that's the problem. Like, I'm not sure. Like, I don't dislike the flavor. It has different flavors coming in at different times. So, you know, a higher rating there. But I don't know that I love it. But it's the hottest sauce we've had today.
Yeah. Out of the 5, to me, I mean, it goes in the bottom 2 with that very first one that we did. I think the heat profile is roughly the same on both of them. It does have a little kick to it. But yeah, I'm not digging the flavor per se. I wouldn't be reaching for either one of those.
You know, I think I just figured it out. It's very rich, which is not what you're used to in a hot sauce. It's almost got almost feels like you ate butter.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like got this
Booger butter.
Booger butter.
Yeah.
It's got this super rich flavor, and I don't know if I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go like 5, just because like that's literally the definition of middle of the road. Like I have no idea if it's good or not.
I can say that too.
And the heat, I'm gonna probably comparable to the first sauce we had. So I screwed that up royally, as I do on most things. But Sarah brought up the movie Me Before You.
Right.
So Tony and I haven't seen this.
Yes.
Sarah has, so you're gonna have to talk about it. That's just how it works. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And the sad thing is, I'm normally the guy who didn't seen all the movies.
Welcome to my life, Tony.
Yeah,
now
I
you
don't
know
like
how
this.
I feel.
I feel dirty.
It was that truffle sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she gets a job as a caregiver to this man who is in a wheelchair. He is a wheelchair user. I don't know.
Does he live in a mansion?
Yes, he's a rich disabled person.
Oh, it's one of these movies.
Yeah. As soon as you hear the song, you already know what's going on.
The Notebook.
Hey, don't you dare talk about The Notebook like that. I love The Notebook.
But it's like supposed to be this love story. They fall in love, but because he used to be able-bodied and now is disabled, his life isn't worth living. And it sends a terrifying message, right? Like if you're not able-bodied, your life isn't the same. You are not a man. Like this whole like stereotypical like what a man's supposed to be. I don't want to be a burden. And I'm pretty sure at the end, so I've never seen it, but he kills himself. And so like not even loving her loving him and accepting him for who he is or whatever, it's still not worth living. So it's just like, oh, here's this beautiful love story where he still chooses to die because he has a disability. So that's terrifying. This is the Halloween episode. This is terrifying that this is the portrayal. And then you have an able-bodied person playing a disabled person, which there's issues with that too.
Yeah.
And so it's like you could have this beautiful, wonderful love story, but no, still disabled, must die.
Yeah.
Horrifying.
I think I want to watch this now.
Is that like a real thing that happens to people that have like, you know, I don't know the right way to put it, but is that a thing that really does happen? Like someone gets disabled like that and they end up just committing suicide or something? Because that's like not cool. That's not funny or like,
no, like that's, I don't know any like statistics or rates, but I know, you know, there's a lot of people who are like, oh, I would never want to live that way. We were talking about movies with people with disabilities, $1 Million Baby. She becomes disabled. Instead of living disabled, she begs her coach to kill her. Like, there's just this whole thing that we're perpetuating that somehow living in a disabled body is not worth living. And yeah.
That my great granddad, 101 this year, as of July. And awesome guy. Still moves, cognitive, he gets everything. You know, we try to have as many conversations as possible. But he broke his hip, both hips, within a span of like a year and a half. But he had a surgery, and in the surgery, well, he told everybody, like, I need to have it because if I'm not able to move how I want to move, you know, I'm too old. Get the sneeze out.
Okay.
Control yourself.
Sorry. I was trying to wait for like a good spell. I think I stifled it.
This is the part where we find out we're all allergic to truffle.
Right? EpiPens. But, you know, I think it's some people's drive. That there sometimes are not mentally strong enough to realize that they are capable of other things if something has been taken away from them. You know, I think we had a conversation before, but I was explaining to somebody, like, back in my early 20s, if any job gave me a problem, I automatically default to like, I'm going back to Burger King. I'm going to be a manager. I'm going to have to do this and that because this is getting too hard. And when you were like, none of us know what it's like to face something so challenging and to still have, especially if it's physical.
Yeah.
Like if what you do is physical and just like you said, $1 Million Baby, that's all she knew. And now you can't even move past your neck. Like that's got to be a tough pill to swallow. Not saying that offing yourself is the thing, but you really can't. You can't judge somebody's trauma in that.
Right. Well, and I think it's one thing, right? If it's a real story, but if this is like the best fiction we can come up with, like do a little better.
Like, do better, people. So with that being said, Paul, do you want to take us out for part 2?
Yeah, so thank you for watching part 2 of our Halloween special, and we will be back again with more suffering momentarily.